Hello yous, Trewsers, welcome to Trews on the Move. If you're getting gay married in Indiana and for some reason you want pizza at your wedding, you're in a lot of trouble. And if you want to understand it through the filter of Fox News, you're in even more trouble. Should you have the right to deny pizza to gays? Should we be more tolerant of other people's intolerance? Let's us and Fox News work out the truth together.
Impact segment tonight, about 30,000 people have donated to the Memories Pizza Store in Walkerton, Indiana, after its owners were terrorized for saying they would have trouble catering a gay wedding.
Well, where do you stand on this bill? You can already see Bill's just delighted that a pizza firm is refusing to cater gay weddings. That's the story. Indiana has just brought in some legislation that restores religious freedom to the state, and a pizza company have said, well, we won't provide pizzas for gay weddings. Firstly, I've never had pizza at a wedding. I'm not the kind of person that gets invited to weddings very much anyway, but I've never had a slice of pizza at a wedding. Right, okay, Dave, we're getting married. Finally, gay men can get married. Our parents, our family's going to be there. Cool Memories Pizza. Let's make it the happiest day of our life.
So far, about $850,000 has been raised for that pizzeria.
What I like about Bill O'Reilly is he's not insidious. Like, he's so forward with his right-wingness that it actually reminds me of my grandmother's sort of old-fashioned racism. We go, Nan, people aren't racist now. Oh, we are racist. Come on, Russell. He feels there's something resonant about him.
The issue centers on whether the federal government should have the power to compel Americans to go against their conscience.
To compel Americans to go against their conscience. Broadly speaking, Bill, Fox News is a system that prevents Americans even accessing their conscience. By coming against it, you wouldn't be able to find it in there if you were having a constant bombardment of nonsense and the kind of electric rhubarb that's fired at you.
If you're a print shop and you are a gay man, should you be forced to print God hates fags for the Westboro Baptist Church because they hold those signs up?
I've been on one of their signs. Fag pimp brand, they called me.
I'm English, of course, so being a fag pimp just means cigarette.
Joining us now from Denver, Mary Catherine Ham. Here in New York, Juan Williams.
Oh, Williams, we've got you on.
Pretty interesting argument the former senator from Pennsylvania is making.
It's a difference between a matter of discretion and discrimination, Bill. When it comes to a matter of discretion, you and I do business. You run a TV show, a very successful TV show.
Thank you. I do. I like it.
Government doesn't tell you what to do.
The government don't need to tell Bill O'Reilly what to do. He's ahead of him. Bill O'Reilly. Why don't we try this now? Well, fucking hell, Bill, that seems a bit evil. Give it a try.
But if you start discriminating against people, then they'd say, hey, you can't do that, Bill O'Reilly.
You're making two mistakes. Number one,
you're making two mistakes. Firstly, I do discriminate against people and the government endorse it. And secondly, you're black.
Discretion versus discrimination takes out the conscience level. So you say, okay, look, gays have to be protected, blacks have to be protected, Jews have to be protected, minorities have to be protected.
I can't even say the word protected.
Blacks have to be protected, minorities have to be protected. What about Christians? Christians are a majority.
Is it Christianity, though? I mean, I like the Bible. I mean, it's really not that interested in homosexuality. They never explicitly go. And then Jesus went, now lads, there's 12 of us and we're all living together. So let me make one thing absolutely crystal clear. None of that, all right?
The pizza store didn't say, look, we're not going to sell a slice of pizza if you're gay.
No.
They just didn't want to go to an event.
It's an event. You're gay, come in and gaily eat your homosexual pizza. We won't serve pepperoni because it's in the original form. That's phallic. I don't like that.
And the event being a gay marriage. So, if somebody invites you, Juan Williams, to an event.
Want to come to an event, Juan?
Say a Ku Klux Klan rally.
No, Bill, that's a different type of event that I'm used to.
You don't want to go there.
No.
Okay.
Event, 3 o'clock this Sunday. Wear white, bring pillowcases. Oh, that sounds fun. It's a pajama party. What the fuck?
And you have the perfect right to say, no.
No, thank you.
I don't like what the KKK stands for. Don't want to go to that event.
I've considered your event, and it seems that it's primarily built around the exclusion of black people, and in some cases the lynching of black people while wearing outrageous costumes. Right. Well, there you are, Juan.
Correct.
It's the same thing.
This is where Bill O'Reilly finds himself on a real tightrope walk of what does he actually believe in, because now he's sort of drifting towards being against racial discrimination for the first time in a while, because normally, like when he's reported on Ferguson, he's patting people on the back. They're mercurial at Fox News, isn't it? Or the only thing they care about is making money. Like, I heard from a gay rights activist, he believes that civil rights issues, whilst they are fundamentally important, equal rights for gays, equal rights for different coloured people, he said that those are the areas where ultimately authority will yield. They'll yield there. But when you get near finance, when you get near actual power, then you meet a different kind of resistance. I'm not diminishing the phenomenal struggles in the area of civil rights. Of course not. Great, powerful struggles and arguments. But ultimately there will be a yield. Fox News is a propaganda machine for the most important ideology, the ideology of free market late capitalism. And that ideology, they'll just move anywhere. They don't care what they have to say. Yeah, oh no, come on, we don't believe in discrimination. Back to Ferguson. Oh, you've got to have the police have power. Gay rights. Oh, well, you know, Christians are a majority, but they still have vroom, 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 just floating around in the direction of the dollar.
The pizza plea and other people say it violates my religious tenets to go or participate in a gay wedding ceremony, not to sell a piece of pizza to gays.
Like, what kind of proper religion, which is, let's face it, how do we interface with the unknown? How do we deal with the question of death? How do we deal with the way that we're all connected to one another? Cope with the profound questions of life, of our sense of loss, anxiety, selfishness, greed, fear, the lower motivations of a human being? How would that ever get to the point where it goes, and what do we do if we're asked to cater a gay wedding, Lord? I don't fucking care, do it or don't. It's not an important enough issue to me to think about. I'm trying to keep the rings around Saturn spinning.
But to go to an event, do you not see the difference?
I mean, it must be difficult for them to imagine that gay people were going to freely wander into Memories Pizza. Oh, well, they did say that we are free to go and use Memories when we're not having a wedding, so it's the perfect place for us to have a honeymoon snack. I'm making it pretty clear that they're condemning homosexuality. But for me, it's a symbolic act by them, because broadly speaking, how often are gay weddings catered for by pizzerias in Indiana? Does it happen often? Why is it? The concern is that as a symbol, this issue has come to represent a kind of traditional, entrenchant, non-progressive, conservative attitude, and there's obviously some support for that. So people like me, and probably you, who believe in progression, have to make a choice now. Do we condemn them and become the people that they think we are, these kind of judgmental, pious, finger-wagging types, or do we go, oh, cool, all right, you don't want to serve pizza to gay people at their weddings in some weird hypothetical universe? Well, in this real universe that's not all hypothetical, we extend to you tolerance and compassion, and in time, the real God, the love that exists in all people, regardless of their religion or sexual persuasions, I hope will come to you. I hope you'll find your way back to that truth, because this pretend imaginary God that you're worshipping, that cares about catering events in the Midwest, is going to be of no help to you when you die, or before you die, or ever really. All it's going to do is fester. But we have an obligation spiritually as well, and that is, I think, to approach intolerance and bigotry we're not ever going to comply, always completely disobey, but acknowledge when our opponents are frail and acting out of weakness, and say, how can we help these people to see the truth? How can we bring them closer to a belief system, a spirituality that has value? It's by being loving and tolerant. Now, I'm not a gay person, so I don't know what it's like to suffer years of bigotry and intolerance, and I don't have that resource of anger, but I do know injustice. I do know what it's like to be poor. I do know what it's like to be discriminated against on economic grounds. I do know what it's like to be angry because of social justice issues, and perhaps one day it will be me that has to be reminded, Russell, remember, you said tolerance and love. Remember, you said tolerance and love. And that way we build communities that when people are pulled away from tolerance and love in any direction, the people that are not emotionally clouded and bewildered by personal connection to the issue those people have to go, hey, it's okay, it's really hurtful, that's real mean that things happen, but let's try and get through it gracefully and lovingly, because remember, we're not interested in the symbols, we're interested in reaching what Martin Luther King would have called the promised land. That's some true news. Subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.